Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to the Geek Suite.
I am your host, the one and only Kidner, and today we are going to talk about one of my favorite parties, Halloween.
Hey, what are you guys doing here? Get out! This isn't your studio! One moment. Okay, hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to the Geek Suite. I'm your host, the real one and only Kidner Bean, and these are my friends, Lady Apple Pie and Sebastian, who are visiting me from Spain. And today we are going to be talking about Halloween because we are coming up on the week of Halloween. Okay, and again, I'm going to give a brief history on the holiday of Halloween for those who may not be aware. American Halloween was born out of the pagan holiday called Samhain or All Hallows Eve, which was later taken on by the Catholic Church and is now today celebrated as All Saints' Day, and was popularized in Mexico with the holiday Dia de Muertos, where the holiday was celebrated by families preparing offerings for those who have passed on, and it is the common belief across the three different names that this is the one day of the year that the dead can return to Earth and visit the living. But commercially, Halloween and the concept of trick-or-treating was founded in 1914 by a woman named Elizabeth Krebs. She started the holiday as we know it by having a neighborhood party and inviting all of the youth, so that way they would be in her house partying on this night, as it had commonly been referred to as, Devil's Night, and so commonly a lot of people would cause mayhem, and she was sick of the neighborhood kids destroying her lawn. For more details on that, there is an episode of Drunk History that goes into much more detail than I care to go to here because they've done it so wonderfully, and I will link the video to that in the description section down below. Okay, so as most of you know, Halloween is very much an American holiday that was originally established as the pagan holiday All Hallows Eve, but then became adopted later to talk about trick-or-treating and dressing up in costumes, and is very much commercialized, and is becoming more popular around the world. So, Lady Apple Pie, did you do trick-or-treating as a child?
I have never done trick-or-treat, but we do celebrate Halloween in Spain.
Okay, so when was the first time you remember seeing the people for costumes or like American Halloween?
Maybe 15 years ago. I was little, but yes, we are year by year adopting this party.
Very cool. And Sebastian, do they do something similar to
Yeah.
Halloween?
In Colombian is more similar to United States.
Okay, and have they done it for a very long time, or is it more recent, 5, 10, 15 years?
Maybe 15 years.
Okay, very cool. That sounds about right. When things were becoming very popular, the internet was invented, we became a more global civilization. But before Halloween started its global conquest, there were similar holidays across cultures that all involve the harvest or the passing of time and things like that. So there is a holiday in Catalonia, where
Yes.
Lady Apple Pie is from, that is similar in that it happens at the same time as Halloween and it deals with the harvest and giving of candies or sweets. So can you tell us about that holiday?
Yes, we have the 31. They will be castañada. It's an autumn tradition. We don't have sweet. We have only panayets, no candy, and a wine that is very sweet. And the other day we have the 1st of November that it's All Saints, Tots Sants.
Yes, and so I remember when I was in Spain that when we did the Castañeda, there's a mascot for that, the Castañera. So can you tell the story of Castañera very quickly?
Castañera is just a person who bakes chestnuts and at the street, so people can buy it and eat it at the street or at home.
Very cool. And is there a holiday like Dia de Muertos or All Saints Day or Castañera that was before Halloween in Colombia?
No, there are only 1 day, 2 days at December. The name is Alumbrado, and the people make the paper lamp, and is the tribute for the person is dead.
Oh, okay. So it's similar to Dia de Muertos in that it's a celebration of those who have passed on, but you celebrate by lighting and releasing paper lanterns, kind of like the movie Tangled, Disney with Rapunzel. They release the paper lanterns every year.
Yes.
Yes.
Very cool. Okay, so we've talked about the history of Halloween and how it has spread across the globe and is being taken differently by different cultures, and that, before Halloween existed, there are similar ways to celebrate the passing of loved ones across the world. And so now we're going to answer some fun Halloween spooky type questions. Okay, so our first question is going to be about costumes. So when I was a kid going trick-or-treating, every year I always wanted to, had difficulty deciding, do I want to wear a scary costume or a pretty costume? And so normally it was every other year was a scary costume, and every other year on, the even years was a pretty costume, like a princess or a, sexy witch, and then the other years I was like a scary vampire or a zombie. So, Lady Apple Pie, when you dress up for the Halloween parties, do you like to be scary or pretty?
In Spain, you can only be a scary thing.
Only scary?
Only scary thing, yes. We don't have princesses or pirate. You can only be a monster for Halloween.
Okay. And what about you, Sebastian? Do you like to dress up handsome and sexy or scary?
I've tried that the other option is the fantasy costume.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, or all the people is Star Wars and Dungeons and Dragons and other freaks and geeks things.
Perfect.
Yeah,
See?
is the other typology. Now is more present in more persons than before.
Awesome. So you like to wear the geeky costumes, and that's why you try to take over my channel.
Yeah. I know. I think so.
Yeah. Okay. And so I guess since Halloween, it will be next week, at least at the time we film this video, it will be next week. Have you decided what your costume for this year will be?
I want to be a Crayola. As I meant it at the United States, I want to be a Crayola. I don't want to be a monster anymore.
Okay, so you want to be like a sexy Crayola crayon.
Pink Crayola. Pink sexy Crayola, yeah.
Have you picked your costume?
My dream all the life is or Darth Maul or Guts Berserk.
Nice. For me, I will try to be a sexy pirate.
Ooh.
Yes, but I am traveling, so you will see the Geek Suite on tour for next video. And another popular tradition that everybody does for Halloween is watching scary movies or Halloween-themed movies. So what is your favorite scary or Halloween movie?
I don't like scary movies, so I think my favorite will be Nightmare Before Christmas, because it's for child and you can also watch it at Christmas time, so it's funny.
Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas is definitely one of my favorites. What about you?
Nightmare in Elm Street.
Ah, The Nightmare on Elm Street. That's a good one. Do you like any of the sequels or just the first one?
No, the first one.
The first one is the best one. Nice. And for me, for Halloween themed movies, my favorite has to be Hocus Pocus. And I think for like the scary movies, oh, that's difficult. Probably House of a Thousand Corpses. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good selection between the three of us, yeah? Okay, and our last question when talking about the similarities and differences between how we celebrate Halloween across the world, we're going to talk about decorations. So as you can see, the Geek Suite, not Geek Squeak, we are not mice, is decorated for Halloween. We've changed our set. So Lady Apple Pie, do you decorate in Spain or inside or outside or both?
Only inside. We don't have houses like in the United States, so we only decorate inside. Most of the decorations are pumpkins, little pumpkins with a candle.
Okay. And if you have like a patio or a balcony, do you put decorations there or only on the inside always?
Only on the inside, always.
Very cool. And do they do decorations in Colombia?
In Colombian is and it's the two options. Maybe more no, it's outside and inside. In Colombian for the traditional is the kids enter inside the houses.
Ah, okay.
Is a little bit is a little moment, but is the door enter, see and come back later.
Yes, that was very popular way to do the trick-or-treating in the United States in like from the beginning up to maybe like the 70s and 80s. But during the 90s there were a lot of kidnapping scares, so now it's customary only to go to the door. So, but that makes sense that, that's the traditional way that the trick-or-treat was done. So you do both the inside and the outside. And is it very popular? Does everybody do the decorations or only some people?
No, maybe the second option is more is
Yeah, so it's not every house on the street.
no,
but
it's not
just...
every house. Is more people and sobre todo cuando yo era pequeño, relation is the relation directly in the Halloween and the satanic rituals.
Yes, that's a very popular myth that Halloween is tied to Satan and satanic rituals, so that makes sense. Okay, well, thank you so much, my friends. It was great to see you, and we will see all of you next time. It would be just me, though, unfortunately. Okay, and while I got tricked at the Geek Suite, we are only giving out treats for our Halloween trick-or-treat special, so remember to check out our Patreon page, and all of our patrons who sign up between now and November 3rd will receive a special treat sent to you directly from me, the Kidner Bean. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit like and subscribe and ring that notification bell, and we will see you all next time. Mwah!